Hey everybody, Mo here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys some gameplay and a guide on this aggressive Reveler's Feast Tristana Noxus deck. So we went over the Tristana SI deck like 2 weeks ago, and there's this Tristana Noxus deck that's also been going around with Reveler's Feast in it, and it's kind of this like aggressive, go super wide, abuse Reveler's Feast type deck. And if you watch my Meta Mondays, which you all should if you are an aspiring competitive player, then you know that I think Reveler's Feast is absolutely insane. And this card is just like not okay, just very broken. And I've been trying to find out what the best Reveler's Feast deck is. And, you know, I was on Runeterra AR today checking out stats like I do almost daily. So I keep up with the meta and give you guys the most accurate meta reads and content and stuff like that. And I saw that the highest win rate deck in Masters is actually this Noxus Tristana deck. So we are going to play it. It is a Reveler's Feast deck, so maybe this is the Reveler's Feast home that I've been looking for, that I've been telling people is coming. So we're going to quickly go over each card in the deck, what its kind of purpose is, and then go over some like mulligan tips, and yeah, kind of general how to play the deck. So it's going to be really quick because aggro decks are really easy to do this with. This card hits hard and then buffs a unit. This card is a 1-mana 3/3, which hits hard. Teemo's Elusive hits hard. Hits hard creates Owlcats, which is very important. Very cheap unit which hits hard. Cheap unit which creates Owlcats and makes Owlcats big. Cheap unit is like essentially just a 1-mana 2/3 that attunes and makes your Reveler's Feast and Pokesticks easier to play. Burn damage plus draw. This helps you be aggressive by playing out more units. This helps you find more units and play more units. Obviously helps you with your Tristana Gnar, anything that needs to get overwhelmed. Getting chump blocked by a 1/1. Reveler's Feast is a nice little game ender. Can be 3 mana, like deal 8 damage sometimes, which is pretty silly. Big damage card requires a threat or requires an answer or it ends the game immediately. Gnar, Pokestick generator plus quick attacker plus L plus ratio plus overwhelmer. This guy is an impactor, which is pretty good, and then double decimate for the over the top reach. So all in all, deck is very simple. Deck just hits opponent hard. Your mulligan is going to be probably for these like cheap units. Bird is very, very good. Against control decks like Noxus Control, SI Control, stuff like that, you're going to want the Owlcat Creator, so you're going to want Vandal Commando, and you're going to want Grandfather Fae. Fun fact, Spell Shield units, very good. Spell Shield, very good keyword into control, so of course you're going to want the Spell Shielded units to help you out. Outside of that, there's nothing really special. I probably wouldn't keep Reveler's Feast in the opener hand unless your hand's already made. So yeah, so probably don't do that. And then yeah, shout out to Monte Cristo, who's playing this deck and kind of told me about this deck a couple weeks ago. He brought it to the first Runeterra Open and was telling me he likes it better than the SI deck. I still think the SI decks, I'm not too sure and sold on this deck because from what I've seen on it on ladder, I kind of just smoke it. But you know, ladder players are ladder players, so you never know. And we'll see. So I'm here to try it out, and I'm gonna see if I like the deck and how the deck feels to me. As an aggro player and an aggro champion, I feel like if I can't play this deck to a good like winning win rate, then the deck's probably either just not an aggro deck and people are playing it incorrectly, or it's probably just not all there and it's just very, very close. So we'll see. Before we get into the games though, I want to remind you guys that 68% of the people that watch my videos aren't actually subscribed to me. So if you do me a huge, huge favor, click that subscribe button. Sorry, Winston is being very needy. If you guys want to support Winston, if you guys love Winston, then you should click the subscribe button, because he's very needy and needs all of the dog treats. And when you subscribe and like and comment, he gets a dog treat, and he really appreciates it from you guys. So that's gonna be it for this intro, and I hope you guys enjoy the games. All right, Jax Ornn. Okay, so Jax Ornn we should be good into because we should be able to just be too wide. Because Jax Ornn doesn't actually play too many threats, crazy enough. I kind of like the Vandal Commando into Tenor of Terror. This curve is like pretty nuts, where you go Commando on 2, swing like Grumble Slug, but we don't have attack token on 2, so I think I'm just gonna try and get really aggressive here. And try and get really aggressive, yeah. Find some birds, find some 1-drop. Let's do some stuff. Maybe like a Teemo would have been fine. And we're just going to try and get aggressive. If they want to make that trade, that's good for us. Of course, they're not going to. So we just let it happen. And yeah, I'm very excited to try this deck out, like I said. Like I said in the intro, if this is the home of the... what is it called? Of the Reveler's Feast deck, you know, I'm fine with that. I like Reveler's Feast. I think that deck is super underexplored. Oh, that is a very big boy. That is a big boy. Let's see, Grumble Slug is fine. I also wouldn't mind Fireth, because then we can immediately just play it, get the weapon. Grumble Slug is fine also. Also, obviously, this Scholar is not bad. I'm probably just going to pick Fireth and just, like, apply a bunch of pressure right now. Big weapon. Yep, big weapon. And we were just applying pressure here. Again, I'm just going to full send it. They could have Troll Chant here, but if they do and they're using it to save these, like, I don't particularly care. We're going to push 8 damage across. Fine by me. They're at half HP. We already have 4, 5, 6 points of burn in our hand. Just one more decimate gets us there. I think we're only on 1 decimate, though, right? Oh, we're on 2 decimates. Okay. So there's our Reveler's Feast. So we could just be winning. Like, yeah, this is the issue with Jack's Orange is they only play, like, 1 threat. So we are kind of gaming. They could have Fish Fight here, but don't care. Oh, they don't have Fish Fight. So do we kill the Jacks or do we just go wide? I think we just go wide, probably. I think we just go wide. We Shepherd's Authority here. Sure, we'll take all this damage, don't care. Do this. And we probably just set up for like a big Reveler's Feast. Open attack. Yeah. So here we're just gonna full send it. Because we're 1 short. If we could fit both Tinners, like both of the units here, I would play it. But because we can't just fit both of the units here, I'm down to just swing here is fine. So there's a Troll Chant, that's fine. We have Reveler's Feast, so that Troll Chant's not very good. Sure. So here we can just do this, deal 2 here, trade off the Jacks, and still push lethal. Be very happy. Cool. Very quick game. Yeah, Reveler's Feast, very good. This could be the deck to do it. I'm very excited. For the longest time, I was a big like advocate of just like, oh, just play the Tristana SI version. It's much better. But, I mean, this deck does kind of have the highest win rate in the game right now for Masters. So, like I said in the intro, let's figure it out. All right. So, we got this Gwyn Quinn. So this is another deck I was interested in looking at because a lot of people have been picking it up lately. I've been interested in looking at it myself also. Ooh, double Reveler's Feast is probably not what we want. Honestly, you probably don't keep Reveler's Feast in the opener unless you have this like super crazy hand. But I mean, if we could just draw a bunch of units, this is honestly not too bad. So let's go and just bird. See what we can do here. But yeah, this Quinn Gwyn deck has looked pretty sick. I know when I was prepping for Worlds last year, this is Quietus. Interesting. When I was prepping for Worlds last year, Prodigy was very high on this like Gwyn Demacia style deck, and it looked really good. We liked it. We were definitely into it for a while. Sure. I'm just going to give you impact. If you want to swing, you can. Sure. We'll do this. This sets you up for like a second Quietus, but it's probably okay. We're just gonna play this Tristana card and just push damage either way. Yep, let's just push Tristana. I guess, or Vile Feast. I don't really know what these decks are playing, but it could be Vile Feast. I think I am just gonna go ahead and trade. I don't actually think you're supposed to be trading off your units this aggressively like this. But, we'll see. It's all just trial and error, right? That's how you learn. But you definitely want to stay wide. But they're not blocking anyways, which is pretty weird. I don't know why, but we'll find out. And we can go too wide here. Oh, nice.
There's so much to see. Where do I start?
Sure. I mean, they're going to hit us for quite a bit here. This Grumble Slug is nice. Into probably just Tito. I mean, I'm just going to make this trade with my 3-1 because, again, I don't know if they're playing Vile Feast or something, so I am missing out on 1 damage because of the impact, but I'm going to just hope it doesn't matter. Let's Bandle Commando, and then we'll see here. This is the most unit mana efficient way to do things. Yeah, because see, now we can play Gnar and Teemo, whereas previously we wouldn't have been able to play, like, Gnar and the Bandle Commando. So we traded spell mana efficiency for unit mana efficiency, and it immediately paid off. So we'll take with everything but the Grumble Slug, just because I don't want to give them a free Gwyn hit. Nothing else can really die to Gwyn or this. So let's just swing. I guess they have like Sharp Sight, but if they have Sharp Sight, they're gonna block my elusives probably anyways. So I'm down to just do this. They have to block with at least one thing. They have to block with at least one thing because of the I mean, I get a Poke Stick from Gnar, so they do this. They're gonna have second Gwyn to Atro onto the Gnar. Okay. Fine by me. Because we're not getting lethal next turn. If we draw any unit here, we're big chillin'. Oh, we also, yeah, just get the Hungry Owlcat unit. So, very happy with where we're at here. Grandfather Fate, amazing card. Fantastico. Fantastico. And we can double block here because we just don't want to die, right? So, I'm down to block like this. We go to 8, never dying to Atrocity. They could, like, rally us. Do we die to rally? No. So, this is okay. And we just play Owlcat, and then we have double Reveler's Feast. This elusive probably gets us there. We'll see. Because, yeah, we're not ever dead to rally here. Because we can just simply block with the Grandfather Fae. Because I really just wanted the Grandfather Fae alive to do this. To get the double buffs on the Owlcat, and we're big chillin'. They can have like third Gwyn to stop this Tristana from killing us, but yeah, or from killing them, not us. But yeah, we're able to just go super wide here, and Reveler's Feast is probably just gonna close it out and be lethal. Anything they block will get Reveler's Feast. If they have some sort of like fast speed interaction, it'll get Reveler's Feasted. Feasted. Okay, cool. Yeah, so they go like block Gwyn. We could do that. I don't want to play into a Quinn. Like, ideally we can Blast Cone and just like be fine, but because they play Quinn and they can get 2 units in one action, we can just swing here and be super fine. Like I said, they're probably gonna go like block and then Gwyn Atro number 2. Yep, we kind of called that out last turn, and so we will simply do this. That pushes lethal. We'll see what they do. Probably don't have much they can do. Cool. So you don't need a double commit there because, I mean, this represents lethal and it still just tells them to do something. And we're very happy. Very happy with that outcome. Two quick wins. So let's keep playing. All right. So 2-0. This is PNZ Shadow Isle, probably control. Oh no, I can see this being a rough matchup depending on what they have. Again, not attacking on evens kind of sucks because of ooh, Crimson Pigeon, cool. Not attacking on evens sucks because Vandal Commando gets a lot of value for attacking on evens. Crimson Pigeon is fine, it's just the quietest target, but then our Vandal Commando's not getting quietest, so like that's pretty okay to me. Because Vandal Commando is probably going to be more value than this Crimson Pigeon anyways, especially since we have the Grandfather Fae here. Owlcats are very, very good into control. So, if this is a control deck, we are looking good with the amount of Owlcat makers we have in our hand. So, this should eat a Quietus because control decks are scared of this. Oh, a 2-1. Okay, I mean, I'm down to just pass. We can just turn this into a 3-3. Double Grandfather Fae. So I actually... Okay, cool. I was going to say I'm going to start with Grandfather Fae, but because they played this, I'm going to do this. Just hope they don't have Quietus. We can take that too. Don't care. And I think... I don't actually know what I want to do. I think I want to play this Grandfather Fae and just start playing out Owlcats. And just seeing what our opponent has. Because I don't want to put 1 damage on this and then have it trade into the Acorn Technician. Let's see what happens here. I'm down to just trade this like Grandfather Fae in, though, if they want to do that. Also, it would die to like a Vile Feast if I put 1 damage onto it. So I'm just going to like play this Owlcat, you know, just swing for a decent amount of damage. You don't need a grade for double Grandfather Fae on every Owlcat, especially if it just fills your curve out like this. Callista could be pretty annoying here. But basically just Callista. If it's a mixture of spells, I don't particularly care. Yeah, like something like that, like I don't really care. I'm just gonna swing with my 1-2. They can block, that's fine. They don't block, that's even better. Even better. So we have Might, which is really good. Oh, goodbye, Gnar. Oh, or Tenor. That's good. Good answer. Good answer. So we have probably just Tristana into Owlcat, but I do want to kind of buff up my units. So I want to have leveled Tristana before she comes into play, because that'll be much harder to deal with. 4 HP is much harder to deal with than 3 HP. But I mean, this attack just looks good, right? Like, I think we're just kind of happy with this attack. I think we're just good to just do this swing. If we had Reveler's Feast, this would be an insane Reveler's Feast turn. But yeah, we're just gonna do something like this. Swing, still push 5 damage. That's fine. Looks good to me, man. We still have one Grandfather Fae here to do work for us. We have some more Owlcats, so we'll play more 4-1 Owlcats. Aloof. Okay, now it's goodbye, Gnar. Okay, here's a Tristiana. They have to have, like, exactly Thermo here. If they pass, I'm tempted to also pass and not play into Ruination really hard. So I think I am going to just pass and not play into Ruination really hard. And we'll see if they keep open this Ruination mana. If they just, like, open attack, yeah, we just assume it's, like, Ruination. And then we can just click OK. Like, we just click OK here, and then we can just refill our board with second Tristana plus cards. Miscall? Oh, okay, sure. So, goodbye, Might. Fine by me. I mean, I was worried about Ruination, so it's not Ruination, so I'm very, very happy. Miscall, okay. Goodbye, potentially a second Pokestick. Yeah, or sorry, second Tristana, that's what I mean. Nope, goodbye, Mayor. Okay, cool. So let's go and do another Owlcat. And then we can do Tito and be happy. Don't worry, and be happy now. Do, 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 do. I think I am going to go ahead and do this just because I want to remove blockers from them and have a really, really, really nice open attack. Because I'm also going to Pokestick here, I'm pretty sure. Ideally, obviously, the like Reveler's Feast is an insane draw for us. Quietus, sure. Let's go ahead and just Pokestick this out of the way. And see what we draw. Might influence what units we play. Another Tristana. That's okay. Actually, I'm down to just play Teemo into that Tristana then. Yeah, and we're just applying an insane amount of pressure. They have to have a fast speed spell to deal with this Tristana, which in that case, then they're not going to vengeance us. If they fast speed this Tristana, they're still taking 4, 8, 11, 12 damage going to 2. Any burn spell kills them. And there's Big Poppy burn spell. There's the big burn spell. Here comes a Vengeance or something. Double Whale is... oof. Double Whale is pretty bad, but we can do this to stop their life. Oh, wait, they're still dead. We actually don't have to do anything, but you could, like, Reveler's Feast this to stop their extra life gain. And just kill them even harder. Which is very cool. Yep, they just didn't have a way to deal with the Tristana, which is cool. Works out. Actually, they weren't going to gain the life anyways because of the way they ordered it. They weren't going to gain the 1 extra life. Because the Vile Feast hit the spell shield, which prevents the life gain. Cool. All right, quick. Is that 3-0, I think? Yeah, quick little 3-0. Nice. Let's see if we can get, like, a couple more. Okay, so we're against control. So PNG knocks control. This should be fine, just because of the Owlcats. Deck has a really big issue with Owlcats. Again, don't really want Reveler's Feast in the opener. We definitely want the Owlcat Maker. Spell shield units are just good. This deck doesn't play Minion. I don't believe it plays Minion. Yeah, the other version, the SI version, is much better because of Minion. Just, like, solo carries the game. Landmark on 1, that's fine. We'll probably just Grandfather Fae on 2. Maybe we'll Grumble Slug. Let's see what they do. They just pass, or what? Oh, they didn't just pass. Okay, so Grandfather Fae it is, because then we guaranteed get the +1 attack on the Owlcat, which is good. Which makes me happy. Oh, nice. We can do this into Owlcat. Even better! Even better! Oh, Porcelain, good. That gives us a big power play next turn. Here's an Owlcat. Wow, we're looking really good here. We're looking fairly strong. Again, we can just play a 4-mana 5/5 impact 1. Stun. Okay. I'll run my Owlcat into your 3/2. I traded my 0 mana free card for your 3-drop. I think that's very good. They didn't even flock that, so we do just get to play this big ass Poro Sled here. Yeah, I mean, I think that looks good to me. I think I'm just gonna slam this Poro Sled down and tell you to deal with it. I mean, I'm down to just block with this. Force you to have stuff. Disintegrate, sure. That's why I didn't want to block with my 5/5. But this is all okay. We can just like slam out 2-drops here. Developing into Noxus can be kind of sus, but they only have 3 cards, and I want to tax their mana. I said this in plenty of videos, said this plenty of times, but how you beat these control decks, you just simply tax their mana. You tax them, tax them, tax them. You tell them it's tax season, and they cannot just play free. They cannot just play free card draw. We don't allow that at this time. We're not allowing free card draw. We say if you want to cast card draw, you will have to do that on your turn or with extra mana. Not on this turn. You're going to take a bunch of damage on this turn. Yep, and so we can just full send. I'm down to send my 1/2 also, because I just simply don't care. Sure. Winston, what are you doing? Sorry if you guys hear weird noises in the back. I don't usually have Winston in here when I'm recording, but okay, so that's what he got for free. He has Disintegrate in his hand, sure. Sounds good. So Annie's getting pretty close to leveling. They can't actually play the they can't level this and play it next turn. I guess they could. I guess they just open attack with Annie, and they can just like play tie bulk post combat, but that's a lot less scary. I'll be honest with you. I'm a lot less scared of that than tie bulk pre combat. Sure, looks good to me. We could also just play like Gnar into kill this Annie and not let them get a Tibbers. That's actually probably the play. Because I think they're just gonna play tie bulk. Yeah, because Tibbers is actually a huge problem with my board state. Because Tibbers is just like a board wipe at this point. Yeah, so we really want to do that. And then let's just continue to go wide. We have Grandfather Fae, we have Telescope. So let's do that. Let's just keep developing. Again, we're going to pressure their mana. If they want to cast this tie bulk, they have 1 mana to do other stuff with. Stun here would be great. We did not get the stun. Hothead is fine. Yeah, Hothead's fine. And then we can just play this big Owlcat. I'm hoping they like tried to flock me or something before, and we can play this Bellslinger also, but this is okay. We could very much get burned down here. But if we draw like any amount of burn, we can be okay. Yep. So I don't believe this deck plays like Fervors. I think our only burn is 2 Decimates. Yeah. It's just the 2 Decimates. So this can be a scary amount of damage for my opponent. We could just like potentially be dead. We could draw a second Pokey Stick and kill one of these. That would be cool. Let's see what happens. I have a 4/4, so that could save me some HP. What is this? Is this a board wipe? Surely it's not. Surely you would attack first and then board wipe me. Yeah, that's definitely a huge misplay. They should have just attacked first, because then I can block, and then they can do that same play, and then just be like actually could have pushed lethal if they have, if their hand is like any amount of Mystic Shot, Blade's Edge, anything like that, they could have pushed lethal for sure. Yeah, this person just missed lethal. And I don't think anything we can really done about it, unfortunately. So we're gonna do this, try and set up for a Pokey Stick off the top. Did not get there. So yeah, our goal is just to like save as much HP as possible at this point. Save as much HP as possible. Our opponent is being kind of weird with their what they're trying to do. So let's do this. Oh wow, that really just went through. Okay, I mean, here's a Bellslayer, and we're just gonna try and get there on our own terms. Obviously Decimate just like wins us the game. Okay, and let's go and just play this Tristana, and we're gonna play these two things out, give them impact, and hope that we can get there with impact. We leave them at exactly 1.
Scouts wear helmets. Gunners carry guns.
We leave them at exactly 1 if they have a way to block everything, because this will be a 1, 2, and 3 impact. Assuming they don't just insta-kill my Tristana. But they'd have to have a way to block everything, like stop everything from actually hitting them, and only the impact goes through. Okay. Here's Drum Solo, so those are reduced mana cards. We just have to kind of hope they're not nuts. We just have to hope they're not nuts. House Spider? I mean, it's looking like they have ways to block everything so far. It do be looking like that. That was a good draw for them. And again, just a Decimate off the top would get us there. Telstones. Oh, okay, this is looking good for us. Deal 5. Oof. Okay, maybe less than good. So if we give impact here, they have to have another unit or another spell. They have to have a unit or a spell here. Yep, and they have the spell. Okay. Damn, almost had lethal, honest, but they go to 3. Decimate still gets us there. It's very close. The double tie ball can. We did a really good job, but I mean, they just had draw. Okay, we're just dead. Oh no, we're at 1. But yeah, very unfortunate that they had that Drum Solo to refill. There's our Decimate a turn too late. Surely they just have like a burn spell. Oh, they developed. Oh no, opponent. Obviously, okay. To be honest, they don't have a burn spell because this Blade's Edge does 3. And so if they had like literally any other card that dealt direct damage to us, they would have just killed us last turn, right? So we actually knew that they didn't have a burn spell. So they would have had to top deck it anyways, and which in that case, they like open attack it there. If not, the House Spider was the correct play. So the opponent played like not well on the double tie bulk attack turns because they 100% had lethal. If they would have just attacked, let me blocked, and then just said like, nope, you don't get blockers, then they would have killed me 100%. But everything after that was just kind of like punished for missing lethal. But all right, really, really good run. I think we're 4-0 now. So let's see one more. Let's see if we can go 5-0. Okay, all right. Another Noxus PNZ control deck. This time against a much, I assume like a much better player. And let's see if we can get there again. So we have our Owl Cat, we have our Grumble Slug, Tenor of Terror to help us. So this whole hand is actually really good. Yeah. So we'll see how this deck fares up against a top player. Let's see here. Crimson Pigeon's fine, but Bird just good. Bird is just good. Give me a 2-3 Grand Poppy would be ideal. If not, we're probably just gonna go like Grumble Slug on 2, beat you in for 4. Always Annie on 1. Let's see here. Crimson Pigeon is good. Okay, I'm down to just like double Crimson Pigeon here. Methinks. Blade's Edge, yep. Here's double Crimson Pigeon. And this looks like a pretty good hand. Pretty good aggressive hand. Alright, so slap him up for 6. And again, we can just go Grandfather Fae into the Owl Cat, into Tenor of Terror for a decent amount of damage. Oh my lord! That is a lot of damage. Okay. Don't care, don't want to give them a free Disintegrate. Their hand's like bricked up with, if their hand's bricked up with like second Annie, don't want to give that to them for free. And they're already like low on mana, so we're going to force them to use their mana proactively. This could honestly just be like a big Reveler's Feast turn. Okay, so they just have like the AoE. So because they just have the AoE, is this attack actually good? Not really. So Tenor of Terror is fine. But like the 3-1 just dies for free. So let's go ahead and play this and hope to get like a beefy 2-drop or something, which we don't get. We can just Wandering Shepherd and just get us a weapon. And we can play Grumble Slug here. Assuming they don't scale. That's because like, oh cool, they don't have the AoE. No AoE is like really big. Okay, well yeah, let's just hit them. Let's simply just hit them for a lot. So we do this, do this. We're actually gonna do this, I think. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna hit them for a bunch. We're just gonna hit them for a bunch and tell them to do stuff, right? Like, you can get a good hit on, like, Mayor if you want to. Like, I don't care. And then, yeah, you do that. Sure. And then you're still just, like, getting threatened by me having impact plus decimates and stuff. So, yeah. Like, you really can't afford to not just get hit. This being in flock range, though, was pretty good. Maybe I was supposed to keep this as a 4/4. I think that was a misplay. I think I'm supposed to keep this as a 4/4 so it doesn't die for free. And also they can't just keep it alive with flock. But opponents being really greedy, and they're really just saying like, oh, I don't believe you have any amounts of burn in your hand. Which, I mean, granted, we don't right now, but we can get there. We can get there. We can get there. We have this, again, Tenor of Terror, but yeah. It's going to be very sad when the 3/1 just dies to a board wipe. You can have a leveled up Annie, but don't care. Sure. We can just pass. They could also just pass. Don't care, really. Very weird that they're attacking with their Katarina. I don't think attacking with Katarina is the correct play there, like, ever. I'm down to pass and just, like, let them lose this Blade's Edge. If they use it on one of these two, we'll know what we're playing against, and it'll give us a better, let us know what we're supposed to play. Yeah, so they definitely have the AoE. So because they have the AoE, we're going to try and play around that. We can't develop because the Tibbers. We can't develop because of the Tibbers. So we are going to play this and just hope we get a cheap spell to play, or a cheap unit to play with it. Or we can play this and, again, just assume the 3/1 dies and be kind of sad. Nice, we got a 2-drop to go with it. So we got a 2-drop to go with it and to Fae, so we'll get buffed by Grandpappy Fae. Impact. And now we are very happy. Now we are very happy. So, Bandit Commander. So again, we can't develop just because Tibbers is a huge threat. So what we can do is we can just simply swing and just have this not hit anything, because we don't want to, like, we don't want to kill our units for free if they don't have the AoE, but also we don't want to, like, put one of these to 1 HP and now this dies to the AoE, you know? So there's Drum Solo. So that's what they had with Evil Perfectionist. So they have 1 Drum Solo in their hand. And here's the AoE, and they're probably just dead. They have to have, like, AoE plus flock or something. Because this is 4/5. So they have to have at least 2 cards. They have to have at least 2 cards. Let's see. Second Drum Solo. And I think we got there. Nice. And we got there again. Cool. So quick 5-0. Nice 5-0. Deck is good. Deck is really aggressive. Maybe the deck is better than the Shadow Isles version. After all, I just like the Shadow Isles version. I thought having the Atrocity over the top was really nice, but maybe this, like, just hyper aggressive version is good. I mean, obviously Reveler's Feast is just super broken. Like, right there, even if they would have had a way to stop one of our units, the Reveler's Feast would have pushed lethal, so they would have had to have another spell. And I've been saying Reveler's Feast is broken, so maybe we found the Reveler's Feast deck. I took this deck just off of Runeterra AR. Like I said, I use Runeterra AR for all of my stats. It currently has a 59% win rate in Masters, and the top players are all over 70% win rate, and I just took this off of the highest player, or the player that had the highest win rate on it, and that is from APAC. And the deck's very good, so very, very impressed by this. Monte Cristo's been high on this deck, like I said in the intro, so a shout out to him. He's been playing this over the SI version. He played this in the open, so you know, very smart guy, obviously has very high game knowledge, so you know, he's played the deck for a reason. It's been very good, it impressed me. I'm not gonna lie, it impressed me. So maybe this is a deck I look into for future tournaments even. We'll see. But that's great for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below what you thought of this deck, if your version is a little bit different, or if you have a better Reveler's Feast deck, because I'm still on the hunt. I think this deck is very, very solid. It might just be the best Reveler's Feast deck, and I think it's very, very good. Obviously, the win rate shows that. So let me know if you guys have another Reveler's Feast deck, if you think it's better, or what your thoughts are on just Reveler's Feast as a card, if I'm overhyping it in the comments down below. So that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.